So what is something that you've been putting off? Something that you've forgotten about? Something that you said, when I have more time or when I have more money, that's when I'll get to it? That thing that your heart's really long to do, but you just haven't had the energy maybe to do it. Maybe you've forgotten about it with all the things going on. Well, now is the time to start putting it on your list, to put it on your say yes list. You might have heard of a bucket list, but we call it a say yes list. And we want to help you turn that say yes list item into reality. In fact, we want you to start having lots of say yes list items. So if you don't have a say yes list yet, now is the perfect time to get it. We have a free PDF that you can download just for this. And it actually gives you a list of all the ways on how to create success with this download. And it also gives you a page of where you can write all your say yes list items. And then it also gives you a page on where to start with the say yes list item. Because if you're like most people, you may have that list started, but then it stops for whatever reason. So it walks you through how to actually turn those say yes list items into reality. So if that sounds like something you want, turning your dreams into reality and start living that life you love, now is a perfect time to go and download the free template at thesayyesexperience.com/list. thesayyesexperience.com/LIS as in Sam, T as in Tom. thesayyesexperience.com/list, LIST. So download your free copy today. Welcome to the Say Yes Experience podcast, where we inspire you to get out of your comfort zone and into possibilities. Our mission at the Say Yes Experience is to empower 10 million people to say yes. If you're new here, welcome. We're thrilled you're here. I'm Blaise Rector. I co-founded the Say Yes Experience with my then 9-year-old son Blaise, based off his idea to let's just say yes to things. I'm one of the top experts on burnout, and companies and conferences hire me to present on mental health, wellness, and burnout prevention. As the #1 best-selling author of 11 books, keynote speaker, and a burnout specialist, I've seen so much with our clients. The Say Yes Experience was started to help you really start living, to do the things that light you up, have more fun, and turn your dreams, or what we call say yes list items, into reality. So thank you for investing in yourself and being here. Now let's make it happen. I am so excited that we are having the first ever Say Yes Experience podcast, and I couldn't be more thrilled to have my first guest to the show. It is so exciting for you to meet the co-founder and CFO, Chief Fun Officer of the Say Yes Experience, who's also a #1 best-selling author of 2 books and a transformer enthusiast. Please help me welcome my son, Blaise Rector. Woo! Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm 10. I like Transformers. I like being scared, and I like video games. And
What kind of sports you play?
basketball. Well, I used to play basketball, baseball, soccer, and hockey.
Whoa, lots of sports. So let's get started. Do you want to start asking me anything before I ask you stuff?
Yes.
What's that? Talk to me.
How did the Say Yes Experience and Say Yes podcast start?
Ooh, good question. Let's just get right into it, right? So I wanted to go on vacation, but let me back up a little bit before I share really how it got started, to tell a little backstory. So as a keynote speaker, people bring me in to help with mental health and burnout. I've been doing it over a decade, but yet, as you can imagine, when COVID hit, a lot of organizations and companies, yes, really realized how important it was to help their people with those 2 topics. In fact, those are the 2 topics hitting the workforce the most. And so my business, like you said, boomed, right? And because of that, what was happening? Mommy was gone a lot, right? And so mommy was gone, and then I'd just be home a couple days, and you'd be like, Mommy, you're leaving already? You just got here. And in the time that I was there, I was worn out. I was exhausted. You wanted to go out and do stuff and have fun. And mommy wanted to sit on that couch, right? And not do much. So I realized that was not sustainable. Mommy was worn out a lot, exhausted a lot, and maybe even a little bit on the verge of burnout. And you can't have the expert talking about burnout who's burned out, right? So I knew something had to change. And so a few months later when we went on vacation, I came to you and I said, oh my gosh, I have this brilliant idea. I was so excited because I'd never been on a road trip. So I knew you'd never been on a road trip. And I thought, oh, 3-week road trip around the States. That'll be amazing. Let's do it. Yes.
Hard no.
And you said, that's a hard no. I was like, what? Wait, what do you mean it's a hard no? And you said, no, I don't want to do it. And I was like, well, why is that? And you said, I don't like sitting in my car seat just to go around, and run errands, even to the grocery store. So I'm not going to want to do it for 3 weeks on end. And I thought, well, that's a valid point. And so I started thinking about it and thinking some more and realized, ooh, I like that eyebrow raise. And I realized, ooh, I'm thinking too small. I need something bigger than 3 weeks in the States. I need something so much bigger. So I came back to you and I said, 4 weeks in Europe. And what did you say? No. Now, granted, you didn't really know what Europe was.
No.
And so I told you, you can come with a bad attitude or you can come with
a good attitude.
But either way,
you're coming.
You're coming.
Sign it.
Yeah, you're coming. And then we started researching and looking to find out cool and fun things like training a hawk, which was super cool. Yeah. But what was interesting is when we started doing that, you came up with this really brilliant idea. Do you remember what it was?
No.
You don't remember the brilliant idea? You said, let's just say yes to stuff.
Oh, yeah. That was my idea.
Let's just say yes to stuff. And so we did. We just went on this trip, 30-day trip, and we just started saying yes to stuff. Things that scared us, things we wanted to try, interesting food and drinks and experiences and activities. And for me, it transformed me and all those bits and pieces, those areas that I was feeling might be lending itself to burnout. Everything started shifting. And it started really transforming me. I started being able to relax and not worry and be a little bit more stress-free and those kind of things. And because of that, everything else in my life changed as well. And that's how the Say Yes experience started. And what was interesting is when people would ask me, oh my gosh, or tell me, oh my gosh, that's so exciting that you would do that for your son. Oh my gosh, he's such a lucky boy. I'm going to be very clear. I didn't do it.
It wasn't for me. Wasn't even for me.
It wasn't for him. It was for me. And you just happened to come along for the ride.
Yeah,
right.
At least I got to train Jack.
Yeah, you got to train the hawk Jack. So Blaise came along for the ride, but it was really for me. Like me starting to say yes to me starting to do things for myself, me started venturing in and really figuring out what I liked, what I didn't like, what I wanted to do. Because pre-Blaise, before I had you, I was traveling a lot internationally, going out and doing all these fun and exciting things. And then, I was then getting busy with raising a boy and caring for a baby and making sure he was safe and had what he needed and all that kind of stuff. And then helping you grow and kids' activities and all that kind of stuff. We forget about ourselves in the process. So say yes. Say yes to those things that light you up. Say yes to yourself. Say yes to spending more time together. Say yes to those moments, even sometimes like having 90 seconds of fun in a day, different things that you can say yes to, right? Mm-hmm. And what's it been like for you?
Amazing! Fun!
What did you like about saying yes to stuff?
She got me to get a lot of gelato.
What?
You got me a lot of gelato.
Oh, yeah. We did. We went out and literally tried gelato
Like everywhere.
every single day, and it kind of became a challenge.
And ice cream, that's our key thing. Our signature is trying ice cream.
Yes, and really try to find the best gelato around.
Yummy, 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 yummy.
Yeah, and different flavors. They had different flavors and different kinds. It was so fun. What else did you learn? What'd you learn? Or what was something fun that you did? What was your takeaway? There were things that you didn't want to try and didn't want to do, but you did it. Remember jumping off the cliff in Croatia?
I hate that.
But it was so fun, but nothing
What
happened.
was it? I got salt water in my eyes.
But it wasn't that bad once you did it, and now you can say, I jumped off a cliff into the ocean.
Like 5 feet.
It was taller than that.
No, it wasn't.
It looked taller than that. It felt taller than that when we were up there. It was more than 5 feet. Well, then it was
6.
okay. Well, then why didn't you want to do it?
Because it looked really tall.
It looked and it felt really tall. It felt super high, even though we had life jackets on. It still felt super high.
I would do a front flip off if I wasn't nervous about banging my head and giving myself a concussion. But yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, you could have jumped out and done it, banged your head and given yourself a concussion.
Well, if I did it too far, I could have not be able to swing back.
You wouldn't have done it that far. You had a life jacket on. I would have come out and gotten you if that would have been the case. Anything else that you tried? Or remember riding a bike when we first got there in Ireland? Mommy, I didn't want to ride the bike, and it was an electric bike.
No, it was not.
Oh,
I thought it was an electric bike, but it was actually a regular bike.
Oh, it was just a rent-a-bike.
Yeah, because that's like that big panel in the middle. I thought that was like a little electricity thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was an electric bike even when we rode it. So it was just a rent. Even now, I thought it was. Oh, it's just a rent-a-bike?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, we still did it, and it was fun just riding the bike around Ireland.
Yeah.
Right?
Fun.
You had to remind me, hey, because I said no at first. So you had to remind me, this is a say yes experience. We just say yes to stuff.
And that no was a big no.
And so when I said no, I realized, okay, I need to figure out why am I saying no? Because sometimes we just say no to stuff without realizing it, right?
Sure.
And then I started thinking, well, he may not be able to touch the pedals because it's an adult bike.
Yeah.
Although you could touch the pedal once you got on and we tried it out, you could touch the pedal. And then I was like, oh no, but we really want to get to the square because we were on our way to the square in Ireland. But we had nothing planned, so we could have gotten there at 5 o'clock that afternoon or
5 p.m. in the morning.
well, not 5 p.m. 5 p.m. in the morning. 5
Well, 5 a.m. 5 a.m.
Yes. And or we could have gotten there at any time. It was still going to
True.
be there, and we had nothing to do.
Midnight.
Right. Although I don't know how easily I would have been able to find my way if it was midnight. But either way, it didn't matter if we would have taken a few minutes to do that. And we did it, and it was so liberating and freeing, just pedaling around. It was awesome, awesome. So, but it also helped us learn how to better say yes to different things that were coming up in our lives, even at home. What are some things that we've said yes to at home? It doesn't have to be something like a 30-day trip, right?
Making ice cream.
Yeah.
Making peanut butter brookies and
Peanut butter brookie time.
yeah.
Yeah.
And just regular brownie brookies.
Lots of food stuff. We also played lava. That was a say yes, because remember what you said? Do you want to start saying yes, but you just don't know where to start? And oftentimes when we don't know where to start, we just don't start. So we created an ebook just for you. We put together 101 ways to say yes. In this ebook, ideas big and small, things that only take a small amount of time, like 1 to 2 minutes. Whether you're saying yes to yourself, in your family, relationships, or pushing yourself lovingly outside of your comfort zone with adventures, it's all made to really help you become more of your rock star self. So you can get this ebook at thesayyesexperience.com/book. BOOK. So if you want to start saying yes, or maybe you need some ideas on how to say yes because you get so caught up in being busy and doing tasks and projects or doing laundry and cooking that the time flies by and you want to spend time with your family, but you just don't know how to say yes. Those ideas just don't come to you. We put it together to make it super, super easy for you. So go to thesayyesexperience.com/book to get your copy today and start saying yes now. Are you feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or burned out? We get it. You're not alone. In fact, according to our research, 79% of the workforce is in burnout and almost half are in extreme burnout. In fact, it's the number one reason why people are leaving organizations. They're burned out. They're looking for something more. They're looking for something better. But it doesn't have to be that way. We have your solution. It's called Blaise Your Brain to Extinguish Burnout. 52 keys to prevent, break through, and eliminate burnout. You can find your copy at jessicarector.com/store. Now, this is a great tool that you can use with yourself, with your colleagues, within your organization. Everyone can get one, and you can go through one a week with them. And at the end, you can say, what was something that worked this week? What was a success you had? So you can champion and encourage each other. You can also ask what were the challenges and issues that came up, so you can mastermind and brainstorm around those to keep those from coming up in the future. So make sure you get your copy at jessicarector.com/store. All books are autographed with a personal message just for you. Well, lava, where you went on the furniture and you try and get to the other side.
I still won.
Okay, but it took 90 seconds and it was so much fun for us to do that. So much fun, so much fun. Yeah, so it was just such a great experience. So we incorporate that say yes into our lives all the time.
Even if we don't know it.
Even if we don't even know what we're saying yes
Like,
to, right?
pick up this book. I'm looking through it. I'm saying yes. Even if you don't want to. It's still saying yes.
So saying yes to reading even when you don't want to.
Sure, good point. Good point.
Excellent point, Mommy. Mm-hmm.
You're never doing that.
Funny. Okay, and so we want to inspire and empower other people to say yes in their lives too, right? So what are some ways that people can be inspired or empowered to say yes in their own lives?
You go first.
Okay, so maybe it's something like we gave examples of ways that we said yes, like doing lava, or maybe it's them riding a bike with their kids or reading a book.
Maybe doing 10 push-ups a day.
Whoa, that is saying yes. 10 push-ups a day, or just going out for a walk. Lots of ways that you can say yes. Also, looking at your say yes list, or which we call a say yes list. Some people call it a bucket list, right? Looking at that, or if you don't have one, creating one. So give us some examples. What are some things that are on your say yes list?
Ultralight, skydiving, paintball, professional paintball, and airsoft.
That's it?
And professional air hockey and ski ball.
There's one that you did not mention. I cannot believe you did not mention. You got to be 18, I think, to do it though.
Come on. Skydiving?
Mm-hmm.
Next.
I know that one.
Yeah.
You said skydiving? Oh my gosh. So what's the number one thing on your say yes list?
Skydiving, ultralight, and airsoft.
What's ultralight?
It's like kind of like a go-kart body shape, where it's just like a go-kart on the bottom. You got like these little control panels,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows you like everything for the thing. And you have like basically it's a hang glider on top of the go-kart.
Oh.
You get like a motor on the back, and then it only goes to like 62 miles an hour, so it's not that fast.
So it's something you do on the ground?
On air.
Oh, you're doing the air?
Yes. So like, because it's lighter than an airplane. It only goes like 62 or 68.
You'll have to be 18 to do that.
Oh, jetpack.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's not just inspiring adults to do these things. Yes, kids. How can kids start saying yes to stuff? Or even like getting their parents involved to say yes. Sometimes when parents say no immediately, how can they help turn that around to a yes with their kids? Any ideas? You know,
Use
sometimes,
reverse psychology.
oh, I better be careful on that. Yeah. Well, and oftentimes also kids get scared, right? And they don't want to do things. And so they immediately say no.
Yeah.
So any situation that you can think of when you've said no and that you turned it around to say yes and it turned out to be a really good experience or something that you're glad you did just because you did it, just to say.
The planting rice thingy.
Okay, tell us about that. That was in Vietnam.
Yeah.
We were staying at an
That-
Airbnb.
Yeah, that mud felt so nice on the feet. It was so smushy. Felt
Yeah.
so weird.
And it was such a great day because our host took us around on a bike, right? It had been a while since
Yeah.
we'd been just a regular bike. Yeah. Took us around on a bike into the city, which was, I mean, just around the village and stuff, which was so nice.
Yeah.
And then what did we do? We stopped at a rice field. And what did we do right before we did the rice field, planting the rice field? Do you remember?
Riding buffalo.
Yeah. We rode a buffalo.
That was fun.
And it was a big rice field, right? So think mud and planting, you're planting rice.
Yeah,
So-
so it's like these tiny seeds in a big, like, about, on me, it's about maybe to my knees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was muddy. It was muddy, and we wore
murky.
traditional pointy hats you see from the Vietnamese. And Blaise did not want to go in. He did not want to go in.
No dirty feet.
He did not want dirty feet. And I kept saying, just take your socks off. Just take your socks off. And he would not. And I said, we have water. We can wash your feet. Still didn't want to. And so the first time around when mommy was planning, he was just riding the buffalo. He just kept riding the buffalo, even though he had already ridden the buffalo. He would just kept, the guy was so nice. He just kept letting you ride. He just said, okay, well, you sit on the buffalo. So Blaise sat on the buffalo. I was planning right. Yeah. And then he got off the buffalo and I said, come on out here. And he wouldn't, and he wouldn't. And what changed your mind to finally come out there? I said, just try it because you don't know. I said, it's a say yes experience. Just try it. You don't know if you don't try it. And then what convinced you to go out there and try it?
I had no idea.
I don't remember either. But then when you start putting your feet in, what'd you think? Because I said, it's really soft on your feet. It's really soft. It wasn't like traditional mud that we have over here in the States where it's kind of hard. It was super soft, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was soft and smushy. Felt like you're stepping in slime.
It kind of did.
Yeah.
But it was really, and I told him, it's really smooth on your feet. It kind of feels like a massage for your feet or something.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Put your foot in for maybe a minute. It just starts feeling kind of warm because it kind of suction around your foot.
Yeah, it did. It did. It all packed your foot in there. I think it was almost hard sometimes to get your foot out because it was so packed in and your foot was on the ground, right? So it was so packed in. And so why are you glad that you tried that experience? And it was cool to plant the rice seeds. You actually were out there planting rice seeds with us, and it was just a cool experience. So why are you glad you did that?
Because I could feel the mud on my.
Yeah. And best for the sake of saying that you were able to plant rice as well, right?
Yes.
And having that, it was, and it's kind of a traditional Vietnam experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more rice I can eat.
They're really known for that. Yeah, you love rice too. So
Best.
you did awesome with that. Yeah. And the cool thing about all this is he holds me accountable just like I hold him accountable. Meaning, if one of us says no, the other one's like, it's a say yes experience. Yeah, he's really good at that. He's really good at that. If mommy says no, he's really good at saying
Because I'm gonna want it, and then I'm sure I get it since it's a yes experience. I'll try to if I can.
Trying to play innocent on that. Oh my goodness.
It's my little bit things.
Trying to play innocent. It's a good experience for me too. It's a good experience for me to get out of my comfort zone, to not keep thinking the same way, to not keep doing the same way, because then that creates the same behaviors, actions, and results. And if we want different behavior, actions, and results, we have to change how we think. And when we change how we think, everything else will change as well. So we've got to learn to say yes more and not immediately say no, especially when we don't know what we're saying no to.
Definitely.
Yeah? So what do you want to leave them with? The first yes on the podcast.
Science.
What else? That's it? Say yes. I got that from all that we've been saying. What else?
I got 2 words, something like that.
What are some other words of wisdom that you have that you can inspire them with?
I have no idea.
You know,
I forgot.
why do they need to say yes?
Because it gets you in your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. And helps you face that fear. And when you face fear,
You can do less fearless.
it makes you less fearful,
Yeah.
more fearless. But it also helps you realize that you can do anything.
Not anything.
The only thing that holds us back is our own mind, is our own limitations.
Yeah, but not anything.
Well, what can you do?
Wrestle a shark and be alive.
Bring back someone out there that's
bring back the megalodon and bring back dinosaurs.
Okay.
Bring back the mammoths. Bring back the Ice Age. I'm telling you.
Way to put the reality back in that. Okay, you can do almost anything. Anything is possible. But you have to first start and say yes. So what's going to be the next thing that you're going to say yes to?
Sleeping on a mountain.
Sleeping on a mountain?
Yeah, that's actually possible. That's kind of dangerous, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and you got to climb up that mountain too.
Yeah, and then they have to put these little these things in, and then it's like a little bed with no walls at all.
I'm sure that that's going to happen, because that means mommy's going to have to say yes to that. Maybe that should go on our say yes list.
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing it. I'm my very little chance, very 1% chance of it out of 100. But
Well, then why did, when I said what's on your say yes list, you say that? Or what's next up?
ultralight.
No, you got to be 18.
Professional paintball.
What?
Professional paintball.
What's the difference between that and regular paintball?
Well, it's like you can go into championships, you go against actual teams.
Are you wanting a career out of that? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh, a professional paintballer?
Wow. And then airsoft. Airsoft probably #1. Maybe there's airsoft
I heard
bullets.
paintball hurts, so I've never
Airsoft
done.
hurts more.
I've never done paintball, so.
They're like tactical vests. It hurts so much.
I mean, do I want to say yes to pain? Because that's what that sounds like. That's going to be a big old thing of pain.
Let's do it. I'd say yes. I say yes. I say yes.
Oh, goodness. Okay, well, we are so glad that you joined us for the first Say Yes Experience podcast. We can't wait to hear from you and what you're saying yes to. And once you start saying yes, how that actually transforms your life, because we know it's transformed ours. What's next up on your say yes list?
Ultralight in a jetpack.
And we've already done multiple say yes experience, 30 days. And these are
60.
Well, we did one to Europe, one to Asia, and then we did another one over, yeah, and that was 10 days. And then we're doing another one coming up soon. So you can start and implementing. You don't have to go on big trips. You can implement say yes into your everyday life. Whether
Just in
it's
the country.
yeah, or in your backyard, in your hometown, in your house. You can start saying yes to a recipe or spending 90 seconds playing lava or stop doing laundry and cooking and cleaning and waiting until your child goes to bed so you have a few minutes that you can read to your child at night. There's lots of different ways that you can say yes.
You order DoorDash for yourself instead of cooking.
That's a good point too. There's lots of different ways that you can say yes in your life without ever leaving your house. How can you say yes to applying for that job at work or communicating and leading on a different level? But it all begins with first saying yes to yourself. We'll see you next time. Are you ready to move to your next level of rockstar greatness? CFO, Chief Fun Officer, #1 best-selling author, and keynote speaker Blaise Rector is ready to help you do that. At just 10 years old, he's already written 2 #1 best-selling books. Through the power of storytelling, he uses lessons learned and shares strategies, tips, tactics, and tools to inspire, empower, and motivate you to live a more amazing life. So if you're ready to do that in your own life, grab a copy of his #1 best-selling books at jessicarector.com/store. And when you order your copies, he will personally autograph them and write you a message on those books before shipping them out to you to really inspire and empower you in your life. These books are great for adults and kids alike. So if you're ready to move to your next level of rockstar greatness, make sure you grab your copy at jessicarector.com/store. Enjoy those amazing, empowering, transformational books. Did you know that the 2 biggest issues impacting the workforce are mental health and burnout? Well, we have your solution. The more that you feel burned out, the more it impacts your mental health. The more your mental health is impacted, the more it leads to burnout. So it's a vicious cycle that goes around and around, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can help them both if you're intentional and strategic with it. We have lots of resources for you at jessicarector.com/store. One that I want to highlight that really enhances your mental health is Tame Your Brain Game, 52 tips to turn negative thoughts into positive action. Now, research shows that 80% of your thoughts are negative. No matter how positive you feel, it's the pattern and the habit that you've developed over the course of years, over the course of decades. And that can often impact your life, how you show up, how you lead, how you communicate, how you engage, whether at work or at home. And then it also impacts a work environment. All you need is one NN or TT, negative Nancy or toxic Tim, to really impact that work environment. So if you are ready to enhance your mental health, get your copy of Tame Your Brain Game, 52 tips to turn negative thoughts into positive action today at jessicarector.com/store. All books are autographed with a personal message just for you. Thank you so much for being here. So make sure you check us out at thesayyesexperience.com. Be sure to share our podcast with your friends and family and those you know, because with your help, we can inspire and empower 10 million people to say yes. Follow us on all social media at The Say Yes Experience. So find us on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and make sure you join our Facebook community with lots of other Say Yesers at facebook.com/groups/The Say Yes Experience. It's a free community where you can really mastermind and brainstorm with like-minded individuals to help create reality from your dreams. And we're all about helping and supporting and cheering each other on in that group. If you have not downloaded our free Say Yes list template, make sure you go to thesayyesexperience.com/list to download it now. It's designed to get you started on your Say Yes list and really turn those dreams into reality. So again, that's thesayyesexperience.com/list. limitlessexperience.com/list, LIST. When you download this list, you'll also have an opportunity to get a copy of our brand new ebook, 101 Ways to Say Yes. It'll give you ideas big and small to get you started saying yes to yourself, your family, and relationships through activities and lots of other rock star good stuff. So make sure you get our ebook today. Thank you for being here and for spending your time with us. Make sure that if you have any questions or want sponsorship or booking information, that you reach out to us at jessica@jessicarector.com. Thank you to our guest today, and you can find ways to connect with our guest in the show notes. Thank you as well to my co-founder and CFO, Chief Fun Officer, my 10-year-old son, Blaise Rector, my business advisor, Lisa Rahurick, super ultra genius, and my team at Jessica Rector Enterprises. The show is produced by Jessica Rector, edited by Rex Angelo Beret, graphics by Rex Angelo Beret, logo by Zenzai, and thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one. Have an amazing day.